Alright, hey nerds, so I'm just doing one thing real quick. This is for a little bit later. I'm working on a team to really bust out a lot of fun stuff for our good little Erica and her Siglund. But we're here to talk about two things, one a little less serious and one kind of serious. It's gonna be fun. We're just gonna discuss it real quick. Let me check one thing real quick. And yes, I haven't done too much of the gardens at past water. Gonna go do those a little bit later today, but apparently we only get one new map, so I mean, it's still a new map and it still gives us what? Oh, feathers, that's kind of nice. Okay, so nothing too bad, but some of you were like, it's just one map. Well, at least we're getting something, I guess, and I'm thinking Rival Domains also got a refresher. Is that a little bit later? I forget. Anyways, well, gosh dang it, my recording freaked out a little bit there. Sorry for the jump cut, but we're back. And let's talk about the end of the era. But now, this is technically an end for an era in the way, and at least till November rolls around. And then we're also going to talk about the other thing that happened. So, first off and foremost, for those who don't know, for those who are, who aren't paying attention may have noticed that they lost an hour. Yeah, a lot of countries and, North America, even some South American, some in Europe, you may have noticed you lost an hour. Daylight savings time. Thank God for that, though, because I've been getting tired of having to explain to people that when I give them a certain day, I mean that in, Pacific time, and since it's, this turns over at 11 p.m., or it used to, at least, when it came to new events and things like that, when the daily reset came, people always were like, you lied about that! No, it's just, it's the daily thing. Now I have to stay up until midnight. Please don't make me stay up until midnight. What do I care? I'm always up at midnight anyways. But, yeah, stop bugging me about that. Great. Good end of the era thing. But the other thing that we want to talk about here is something that I think is the first time it's ever happened in Heroes, and something that I went a little bit into details before. Speaking of, let's click on details. I think this might be yeah, that's the right one. This was something that I'm sure some of you may have noticed. Some of you may have seen. And we're kind of like, wait a second, what's going on? So I went through this list earlier when I was, when this banner came out, just to see if this was actually truthful or not. And basically, I'm sure a lot of you have seen it and looked over it, and we're hoping, just maybe, just maybe, that, some of the fallen heroes had actually, fallen from where they were in this whole 5-star pool and actually gone on to become something else. And it seems that, that is not going to be the case. As you can see, Celica and Prison Soul and everything, they're still there. They're still in the 5-star pool. But this is probably the first banner that we've had, from what I can recall, that has not had a 5-star be demoted. Usually every banner that rolls around, be it this one or, I guess... technically, Love Abounds is also done. I forgot about that. Anyways, usually when there's a new banner that is characters from games that aren't, seasonal, we get a new... We get those characters, they're added to the pool a little bit later when the next banner rolls around, and usually one of them is the clear defining, unit that's going to fall to 4 stars. And even then, there were some that I didn't think. Like, remember when Soth came out? A lot of people were like, oh, that's not going to fall to 4 stars. Watch, it's not going to happen. And then it did. So, naturally, I thought with this banner we would see, Imprisoned Soul Celica maybe fall to 4 stars. Or maybe, I don't know, throw us for a loop on one of the other ones. But unfortunately, that has not happened. None of that has happened. So, I'm hoping that this isn't going to be something that will happen, more often. When it comes to units, because out of all of these, a lot of you are pointing out that, female Morgan here would probably be the clearest example of a unit that would be able to fall to 4 stars, at least when it comes to units. But I'm going to just risk it a little bit and say that's probably not going to happen because she is a rare typing, flying, and tome. But if that actually happens, that will be great. And I know I'm probably a little bit weird for just looking at this and going, that's a little strange. But yeah, that's a bit of an oddball thing to have happen, because honestly, out of all of the units, it's such a strange little options, that we didn't get a unit that actually fell to 4 stars. But the thing is, almost all of those units were top tier, and I honestly, looking back at it, looking back at Fallen Heroes, I can definitely see why they didn't demote any of them. You know, Grima Robin, incredibly strong. Harden, one of the best lance units out there, at least when it comes to armored, has really great skills. And then, of course, Celica had things that were, you know, chill speed is ridiculous, and then, of course, her weapon and all that other stuff. It's just, it's a combination of a lot of things. So it's an end of an era, but I don't know if that's actually going to be something that happens more often as time goes on. Someone asked me to talk about it, so there you guys go. I talked about it a little bit, and it's a weird one. Have you guys rolled on the fodder banner? You have 5 days left, but now... I don't know if that's going to be something that continues to happen. I hope they continue to add more to the 4-star pool as time goes on. I'm really hoping that maybe Female Morgan ends up in the 4-star pool, because we could really use, you know, that unit. We could really use her to fall down to that, but I really, really highly doubt it. We still have 10 days left on this one. I'm wondering what's going to be happening. You know, we have another banner. We're going to be heading into another Easter banner, if I am to be, at least if I can recollect or think about it, because that should be towards the end of the month, and we should at least see some more. I'm wondering if we're going to get that re-roll of that Easter banner or not. There's a lot to talk about, a lot of craziness to go, but yeah, it's a weird, weird thing to think about. Constantly odd. Strange little things. I'm hoping, beyond all doubt, that they don't continue to just do that. Because the 5-star pool is big enough as is when it comes to exclusivity. I'm hoping that they'll demote some more units as time goes on. But a lot of you were wondering what happened with Celica or any of those other units. Well, there you go. Fun stuff. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go level up my Ephraim and get that Sieglin test underway, and get everything set to go. Because I have La Rochelle, I have Ephraim, and now I'm going to also have, Siegbert, and we're going to have a lot of tactics fun times. So, see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the rambles.